and the death toll rises. Hey everybody, my name is TStrat and welcome to our running series of Dark Souls number 2. Yeah, stuff happened. So none of you guys saw the deaths when I was on my way through Earthen Peak, or the ones in No Man's Wharf, which were admittedly a few. You did see some of the ones when I went back through with this character again using a bonfire ascetic, but you didn't see anything the first time. I think I had 2 deaths the first time when actually one of the arrows blew up in my face because I was covered in oil. Anyway, I don't want to hide anything from you guys. I don't want to be like, hey, I only have like 5 deaths, blah blah blah, because that's all it was shown. I have 17. Alright, last 2 being in the Belfry Luna. So, just to let you know. So the way I did this, if you remember in the first episode I came up here and it was something like, what was it, 170 million something? Now I think it's up in the 180 millions of deaths. I just basically turned off online, and then it's just my character that it counts. By the way, is that not like the most majestic shadow ever? Look at the cape in the back. It's just so cool. It just like flows like that. It's like, oh yeah. Alright, so I went on forums, I looked stuff up because I don't want to make you guys like try to figure out the same stuff I'm doing, and I want to make sure I give you guys accurate information. The Sunset Staff over here is in fact the best, as far as I know. It's arguably the best dark staff in the game, period. The only issue I have with it is it requires Twinkling Titanite to upgrade. However, let's take a look at this real quick.
You again?
Yes, me again. Shut up. My phone's going off like crazy. Alright, here is the staff. Here's the one I was comparing it to. This one originally has 95 dark, and it goes up to 104 when we upgrade it with a Titanite shard. My current staff is 157. It will keep going up to 168, etc. Right? Now let's look at this. I'm going to upgrade my thing one time, and it goes from 60 to 106. 106. This is 104 with an upgrade. This is 106 with one upgrade, and that's a 40 increase. Now, the chime I looked into, and I don't think this one's going to be worth it. This one, the Archdrake chime that I bought, might actually be a good one to get for now. I do have an idea of the weapon I want to end up with. However, when I say end up, I really mean end up, like in the end of the game. So until then, we need stuff to mull us over. I kind of like this. However, it does require Twinkling Titanite. Something to think about. This one I do like. It also requires 22 faith. This one's 22 int, this one's 22 faith to use properly. So we will need to level up. I think I am going to go with this. Look at the next level. One more Twinkling Titanite, and I'm going up to 152. That's already basically matching with an S scaling instead of a C scaling. So, sorry, Sorcerer Staff, you've been usurped. Yes, I can talk. Alright, let's put a few points into this and just get it up there a bit. What's 4? 5. That's actually pretty good. 157 for a chime. I'm okay with that. And then, you know, we could always put stuff into our armor, but I never like to.
I'll be around.
I'm going to clean up my inventory again between now and next episode. I might even do it, like, in between these episodes if I do any cuts. Let's actually go and level up. So we need 22 intelligence and faith. I also have an Estus Shard from the Lost Bastille, so let's pop that up. Very cool. Do I have any more? No. Level it up. So I got to 22. I can actually get these to 23 each. Or I could pop up attunement to 22, and I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to keep these as consistent as possible. My goal It's probably about 30, and as many as I need. Every 5 I get one more attunement slot, so that's always a bonus. Alright. So we are now about 79. Making our way up there. Making our way up there. I don't think we ever need to upgrade strength or int anymore, so I think we're set on those. And let's get the Arc Drake or Arch Drake. I guess it's Arch. So there's a thing Arcage, a game spelled with an E at the end of the ARCHE. I guess that changes pronunciation. People getting like really like uptight about it. Whatever. Back to the Lost Bastille. Now, before I move on, I want to apologize. I skipped something. I'm not a hexer, and I missed possibly one of the most important items for a hexer. Like, I honestly just don't know why I missed this. So, one of the rewards for the Bellkeeper Covenant, I believe it's a reward, is like a hex ring. What? Oh, I forgot that this dude was here. Oh no you don't. No you don't. Oh heck no. No. Bad deal. Wow. That would have been 18. That would have been the worst 18 death ever. Check out this ring from the Bellkeeper. This one's, I think this is the one that allows me to actually go in there. If I rank up in the Bellkeeper Covenant, I believe I actually get a hex ring, if I'm not mistaken. Also, if you rank up, for sure, the rewards are resonant soul upgrade, like additional resonant souls. So I can add those to my attunement and, you know, work that up. Ooh, a little lag spike there. Alright, looks good now. So let's actually just like test out just the new staff. It's probably gonna do less damage, but you know, it's worth throwing it out there. Well, oh, I forgot their pyromancing. That is something that they do. Wow, I tried to roll that and it didn't work. Whoa. Okay. So that wasn't too bad. Let's check out the Resonant Soul against the same guy. So it should do more damage just because it's Resonant Soul. Ooh, wow. So that did about 400. Look at that. Oh, come on. There we go. Sometimes it's just hard to swing a sword, you know? That's okay. Alright, so, you know, not too bad. It'll get us by. Once I get another Twinkling Titanite, too. Alright, so this is where those guys start really coming out. This is a dead end. Yeah, nothing there. So I believe that if you are on that side, you can pick up that item from that dude, which we did. And then I think if you successfully jump, then you'll be able to make it to that side. There's another item. If you don't make it, you'll have a long walk, basically. And 3. Yes. It's nice that it actually gives you time to do that. Alright, so there's a guy right there. I actually have never done that before to shoot him. But hey, you know, it works. Then there are these things, which have some cages in them, which is kind of interesting. But we're not really interested in that. We're interested in this guy and his buddy. Yeah. So if you're not careful, they will come after you and you'll have a bad time. I love how that breaks. It doesn't seem like it should. I think there's a door here. Yes. Let's check this out. Alright, nothing? Nothing? What's up with that? Oh, it's in the side of this hallway. And now we're on the outside. Does this area look familiar? Oh, yeah. Remember when I was down there and I said, hey guys, we're gonna go over there someday. Well, we will. I believe that's the... Is that the belfry or is that the... No, that's the... Okay, yeah, we're gonna head there in this episode, I believe. Pick this guy up. Now, I think you can go that way, and there's actually an item down there. I've never actually tried it myself. Okay, we're doing this. I got a ring of life protection. Let's do this. Oh man, this is... I've never actually done this. Okay. See, there's an item there. I knew it. Okay. I have no idea what item that is. Ooh. We're gonna find out today. Soul of a brave warrior and a golden wing shield. In case you ever had the desire to find out what that is. Alright, ready? Yeah. Okay. And we'll just use this bonfire to get back to where we were. It's not a big deal. Just run past those guys. Well, I've never actually done that before. That's a first for me. So, congratulations on experiencing a first with TStrat. Forgot to set my timer. Alright, here we go. We'll have to kill some people again, but you know, no big deal. It's a good experience. Good experience. Hi. Pyromancy. Yep. I do not believe that these creatures are backstabbable. But those strength guys who love to throw their clubs around, like I mentioned in the last video, it was very mean in the way I mentioned it, but you know, I like strength builds. If you like that, the large club that we found in the last episode, you can actually throw it down and like basically you will flatten those guys. No. Whew. Alright, we saw how the Resonant Soul works. How does this work? Equally well. So I think for these guys, we can just whack them or do that. I'm trying to think of how much I want to put in this episode, just because there is quite a bit. Just these guys. Alright, let's do this. Okay, so... You know, I usually don't do this, but for you guys, I think I will. We are going to drop down. Instead of taking the obvious elevator, we're going to try to get that item. Oh gosh. Oh, nope. I don't know what happened there. I got stuck. Oh, that's a bad idea. Oh, 18 deaths. 18 deaths worldwide in my world. Actually, this would be a really good time to try the Belfry Gargoyles, just because I know I won't get invaded going there. But, and I'm right here, but, you know, what do you guys think? You know, I feel bad about just sort of not doing it last time. I kind of want to do it this time. Let's put that on. You know what? We'll give it one go. One go. And if I die again, I won't come back until I got the means to just run through and wreck them. Although I did technically improve my idol, so... And my staff isn't bad either. This could go well. It could. It could go poorly. Oh, right. If you're offline, the dark spirit that invades you is just blank the Bellkeeper. It's just another one of these guys as a dark spirit. Really? I didn't want to hit the wall this time, so I like overcorrected myself. But I believe the Bellkeeper is just at the top. And like I said, I've already rang the bell, so I'm sure I can just walk through this again. Alright. Oh. Here we go. Here we go. And he's returned to his world. I'm in mine. Oh, really again? Okay. So we'll be very good about it this time. What's that do? Okay. I'm keeping track. And, oh, okay. So they're not spawning a third one yet. Kind of proves what I was talking about. Oh, really? That's okay. They all do different things. So you want to just keep track of both of them when they're doing their stuff. Oh, come on, come on, come on. I need it. Oh gosh, this is bad. Ah, man. Alright. I'm not gonna go back to these guys until I improve in my own skills. I wanna be able to kill them really fast. So since I can't kill them really fast, I just wanna, you know, not do them yet. I was hesitant a little bit there because like I was trying to get him almost to half but not to half so that the third one wouldn't spawn, and that actually caused me to play poorly in there. So that's 19.
I'll be around.
Now if it kept track of the times that I actually started hollowing, that would be kind of cool. It'd be a lot lower. Just because of these rings. But, you know, that's not actually the game, so... I'm just bad. It's okay. We'll just, get back to where we were. I could probably just... not fight the guy to my left here. I don't know if he saw me. And... honestly, can I one-shot without the dark weapon? Yeah, okay, I'm just gonna run through here. Let's do this. Should get enough stamina for 3 of these guys. Third one. Don't let him jump. We don't need the resonant soul. Come on, dark orb. Oh, really? Okay, there we go. Don't need that. Fruit, stab, swing, roll. Yep, I got this. We're good. We're good. I'm not going to go for that item again, but I will go down the elevator this time. I do like being able to use spells. It's a different style of play than just whacking and hiding behind a shield, you know? Not saying that you're necessarily hiding behind a shield, but you're strategically using a shield to stop you from taking damage. So, it's just different when you have to roll. Not saying one is better than the other. I do have a shield though, so I guess I can't really bash too much on them. Bash, it's a pun. Alright, well, there's a dust herb. I forget what item that actually is. Maybe it's like a bonfire ascetic? I really don't know. But you know, it's whatever. I got the blue. Okay. Wait, do I have? Okay, let's make sure I didn't have the cat's eye equipped. Alright. So this thing raises that. We're not going to go there quite yet. There's some other stuff we need to take care of. Yeah, this room equaled not fun. And it's probably the worst designed room on the planet. But we gotta do what we gotta do. If you're having trouble, see that alluring skull that just dropped? I also found one earlier. You can just drop one, they will run to it, and everything will be fine. This is opened by the key you get from the gargoyles. And you can use the fragrant branch of yore to revive Strayed of Olafus. And he guards this bonfire. The reason that there's a bonfire here is not because of where we're going, but because of him. Because he's that important.
Still a bit stiff, I'm afraid. I must thank you, young traveler. I am Strayed, a wandering sorcerer of sorts. I've been a guest for a very long time, but I don't think that anybody will miss me.
He is a pretty cool character, and we'll learn more about him in a second.
Very good. Very good indeed. Cursed one, weak you may be, but I, Strayed, will teach you my spells.
Now, in order for him to talk to you, I believe the requirement is 3 int and 3 faith? Something like that. It's really low. It's not a big deal, but being able to trade with him is important. He also has the mock gesture because he's actually kind of a badass himself. Stuff he sells. He sells the Ring of Knowledge, which increases intelligence. High Priest of Volgan, all this stuff. He also sells this, the Lingering Dragon Crest Ring. So this actually is not bad for me because I'm using the Dark Weapon a lot. And it would increase the length it lasts for. So it's not bad, I guess. Don't really need it, so. Rouge Water. And a bunch of spells. Like a bunch. Okay. Let's go through some of these. Homing Soul Arrow. Magic Shield. Cast Light, which I guess is just light. Resplendent Life is pretty cool. Unveil. It reveals like nearby enemies of invading dark spirits. So if you want to like catch somebody off guard, you got that. Lingering Flame, which I believe it just like sits for a second and then explodes. Yeah, very cool. The Dragon Priestesses use that. This is amazing. It's one of the pyromancies devised by Strayed, the great mage of ancient Olafus. Or Olafus, or however you pronounce it. Olapis, I guess you could say. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, he's very amazing, I guess, in his day. Another Dark Orb. It's only 600. Let's buy it. Dark Hail, another one. Dark Fog, which I think it just puts poison on in a mist. So let's get that one. And the last one is Affinity, which unfortunately we do not have enough for. Also, look at the requirements of this thing. 40 and 24. It basically puts some orbs above your head that are homing, and once you get close to enemies, it tracks onto them and shoots out. The other important thing about Strayed is his trade feature. He will trade you boss souls for things. Yeah, boss souls. There are many different things. There's Dragon Rider Twin Blade, if you want that. Dragon Rider Bows, Pursuer's Great Shield, the Pursuer's Great Sword, Dragon Rider Great Shield, the Warped Sword of the Flexile Sentry, the other Arc Sword of the Flexile Sentry, the Giant Stone Axe from the Soul of Last Giant, Barbed Club from the Flexile Sentry Soul, halberds, stuff like that. Also, you have the Heavy Homing Soul Arrow from a Rune Sentinel Soul, so you actually can get magic from boss souls. Now, the reason these are all grayed out for me is because this is one that I haven't put in my item box yet. I am not using the souls, so keep that in mind. I'm not using them. I'm just hanging on to them. Now, if you trade 4 souls to him, he gives you his stuff. I have to figure out exactly what I want from him, and I will come back here and I will trade some souls with him. For now, let's just hear what he has to say.
How long was I sat petrified? Long enough for the old kingdom to have crumbled, I see. Why didn't anyone wake me sooner? Grand Lake. I've never heard the name. Is that what they call this place now? Very good. Very good indeed.
So he is so old that Dran Lake, the whole area that we're in, is like younger than he is. He doesn't know about the Dran Lake at all. So that just goes to show you that the Bastille wasn't necessarily made by King Vendrick. It was by someone who came before Vendrick. And Vendrick just happened to take over this area, which I think is amazing.
The cursed ones were imprisoned within this land. Of course, you came of your own free will. The people fear the cursed ones like a plague. Some people would rather keep dreadful things out of sight, out of mind. In the end, they swept them up and corralled them here. So very typical of meek minds, don't you think?
Now, this is interesting because in Dark Souls 1, I'm pretty sure that's the plot, is that you're being swept away to some sort of asylum. Same thing happens here. It might even be the same place, but I can't confirm or deny that. You know, it's not. I don't know for sure. I haven't played through Dark Souls 1 to know if there's a Bastille like this. But it's the same idea. People don't understand what's going on with the curse. They just hide him here and try to keep him away. Straight actually is wise enough to know that we are cursed, and we're not even showing signs of it or anything. I don't know if our character told him or whatever, but yeah, it's kind of interesting.
Once people became aware of their own frailty, they seized anybody they found undesirable, cursed or no, and impounded them here. Whoever posed even the slightest threat was removed, all so that they could sleep better at night. They even turned the great Strade into a stone.
I love how he chuckles at that. He's like, they just turned me into stone, whatever. But yeah, it's kind of cool. You know, it's like people like got so paranoid that they used their power to just basically used the witch hunt of the curse to basically just further their own power, which is kind of similar to how the Salem witch trials kind of went. You know how people were just like, she's a witch, she's a witch, she's a witch. It was basically just, I don't really like that person, I'm gonna just yell really loud that they're a witch, and they will be, you know, tried for it. And there's no like way to actually like, there wasn't a way to like, I mean, look at me, you see, like,
Feeble curse, do you really?
if I just came up to you, like just on the street, I mean, you know, like in this world, and I was like, hey, you know, my name's TStrat, and I just came to like sell some goods or something. You'd be like, oh, that's cool. I have no signs right now that I'm actually cursed at all. There's no external sign. Now, when people start hollowing, you know, if I die or something, then you can actually tell. But until then, how do you know? So you can just yell, hey, they're cursed.
Very uneven.
Alright, let's see.
Many kingdoms rose and fell on this tract of earth. Mine was by no means the first. Anything that has a beginning also has an end. No flame, however brilliant, does not one day splutter and fade. But then, from the ashes, the flame reignites, and a new kingdom is born, sporting a new face. It is all a curse. And it is your cursed flesh that will inherit the flame.
Now, let's keep that in mind. So he's saying we'll inherit the flame. That'll come back up later in something that I think is part of the lore. So, yeah.
Pyromancy was created by the ancient witch of fire. She harnessed the power of flame and melded it into pyromancy, the witch led her daughters into war against the old ones. But legends are legends. What are you prepared to believe?
So there, I think he's talking about the, oh, what's her name? The Witch of Islip. Yeah. And she's one of the four original Great Ones, along with, you know, all the other guys. They basically are the main people who, basically, they formed the fire, brought light to the world and dark with it, and then, like, overthrew the dragons and all this. As the old ones are the dragons that they fought, and humans came up from the flame and up into the overworld, basically. So cool.
Long enough for the old.
Yeah, and then and he just loops a little bit. But yeah, I mean, he's a cool guy, I think. Hey, get away from that. It's mine. Thank you. Alright. Did I not say that we would go here? Did I not say? It's pretty obvious it has a wall like that. These guys can't hit the broadside of a barn. Don't tell them I said that. They will actually kind of get mad, I think. Let's pop this on. The purple glow is very cool. Alright. And if I did this right, I think they actually were tricked. And some of them, if not all of them... What? Gargoyle! I totally forgot that happens. Anyway, that's cool. Where'd they go? Hey, you. Where's your other friends? Hello? There is 3 of them. Oh, there's one. Hey. Where's the third one? Usually there's one that was dumb and didn't fall. It's very peculiar. So, it's just so ridiculous. There's, in there, where Straight is, if you go back there, all of those guys respawn in the room he's in. Here, if you rest, there's 3 archers that try to shoot you as soon as you recover. It's bad level design, in my opinion. Well, I mean, it's Dark Souls, so I guess it's fair, but because they're just trying to, their fairness is literally to be unfair. So, but yeah, no, in a room with a NPC, like, really? Oh. Oh, he recovered fast. That was weird. Alright, so maybe that's the guy. Yeah, he has damage already on him. So, yeah, that's got it. Ooh. Alright, let's do this. Hey. Ugh. Oh yeah. Done and done. So he must have just fallen. I've never actually had that happen before where he falls. Am I out of... I must have run out of life gems. Oh no. Why is it not in my equipped bar? Put 2 in there. Oh, I forgot. There's an item. You just run off and grab it. It's not bad. And here is summon for Lugatil. So keep that in mind. Now, I wanna... Let's try actually fighting these guys first. I can... Shoo. You know what? No, I'll just cheese them. So, what you can do is basically what I just did there is stepped on the platform. Now, what I can do here is I can bait him into maybe... Eh? Come on, fall. There we go. And you can actually bait them into falling into that. I think it's legit. It's a legit way to do it. Hey, what's up? Is the other guy coming? I mean, think about it. You're in water. Like, this isn't fair anyway. Yeah, jump at me. Get closer. Be dumb. Come on. Come on. Hey, buddy. Hey. Hi. Ooh. Tried to clip me on the way down. Yeah. So, if you really just don't have the damage, and I will be honest, I've only had the damage on one character to do this, and it was not a mage. It was a very heavy strength build. I had an upgraded item to I think like +7 or 8. Like I was all ready for this guy. Oh, come here. Come on. Come on. And it's just like, I don't know. These guys are really strong for whatever reason. There's 3 of them. Just kill them. It's fine. Hey. Well, come on. Easy. And if you want, you can call the lift back. No worries. But yeah, I've only ever fought that guy like legitimately with one character or 2 characters that were like pretty hefty strength builds. Not like wielding clubs necessarily. Like I think one used a broadsword. It's a blind bone dust. Pick it up. Remember, it improves your Estus flask to we have the +1. It'll make it +2, which will give it a little bit more health on its use. Alright, in this area there are those guys. Lots of them. And the problem is you are actually doing this where you don't have the maneuverability of the other areas. Because you're in water for a lot of this. Just double checking in here. I'm pretty sure there's nothing in that. And these, basically, if you just run straight and pull that lever, these guys will basically come after you. Now, that's not something that I like to do, so instead, we're just going to do this way. That guy wasn't, I mean, you saw, you could not see him, so be careful. They can just sort of hide in the water here. And they are a pain to deal with because you can't just like jump away, you know, because like you're caught in the water. So, alright, there's a Ferrous Lockstone, so that's nice. Pull this. Okay, so now that I've pulled this lever, that leads straight to the boss fight. I'm gonna run back here and grab Lucatiel. And by run, I mean kind of chug through water here. Pop a life gem. Hang on to my Estus a bit. Remember, with Lucatiel, you want her summoned and survive a minimum of 3 out of the 4 possible fights you can have her in. And this, I believe, is our second. If I'm not mistaken. Yes, it's our second. There's one of those 4 is like really, really hard to have her live through. This is not that one, so don't worry. Although, you do need to basically be aware that she can die here. If you've killed the gargoyle, these 2 gates will open to the Bastille key. And you can go up there and basically, I think if you have a torch or if you just light a flame butterfly, you can light those things up. It helps with visibility in this room, but don't worry too much about it. It's not required by any means. Alright, let's actually just put on our charm for now and get Resonant Soul out. Alright, here we go. go. Battle against the Lost Sinner. Okay, whoop. So you see, it's kind of hard to, like, keep a lock on this fight here. So just, whoop. Just keep kind of an eye on it with your camera if you can't get at it, you know, and be kind of close. See there, I lost the lock. The lock. Alright. Oh, we're doing well. We're doing very well. So if the room's lit up, you can see the Lost Sinner with much more ease. So don't worry about that if you light it up. But yeah, just stay close. Let Lucatiel kind of bait him, and then just, you know, go. And you saw I was whacking him with the sword too. It's very easy with the sword as well. Thanks, Lucatiel. Bye. Oh, he just disappeared on me. Yeah. So that is the Lost Sinner, and there is a great soul. This is the first great soul we've received. So let's take a look at it. It's different than the other ones. It's bright orange, very fiery. That's when I started realizing that the souls actually were flames. Like before, you see these, you're like, eh, and these ones are just like kind of lit up nice. This is a real like flame soul. So let's take a look. Soul of Lost Sinner, one of the prisoners of Sinner's Rise. Lost Sinner eternally punishes herself for the sins of her past. So, interestingly enough, we just fought a girl. Whether or not you thought it was a girl, it is for sure. This door looks exactly like the one at the Iron Keep. So if you didn't get to see it in the video because I opened it, that's what it looks like. And this is what it looks like opening it. Yeah. Anyway, I thought that was interesting. Just a nice little tidbit there. So when you fight them in New Game Plus or with the Bonfire Ascetic, they will also drop the Old Witch's Soul, which I believe is connected to what Strayed was talking about with the witch who created pyromancy. And here, a primal bonfire. This is different than the other bonfires. It doesn't count in your no bonfire run. It also, you don't rest here. You just return straight to Majula. There's a primal bonfire for every single of one of the great souls that you collect. And now that we've actually done that, we've finished a fourth of the pregame. Pregame meaning before we actually can go to the castle in the background there. Congratulations, guys. What do you have to say about that, Emerald Hailed?
You have acquired the soul of an old one. That is more than most undead can say.
Why, thank you. We don't have any Estus Flask, but we do have a Sublime Bone Dust, so let's burn one of those. It's also really nice having 17 effigies, even though I don't necessarily need to use them. Alright, so we've strengthened it. We can see it's a Estus Flask +2. It'll heal us for more. Now, I want to talk to a special person about our old soul. Hi!
Oh. Who are you again?
That's me, TStrat.
No, I'm not serious.
Yeah, I know.
You do have a rather pleasant scent. The type I'm quite fond of.
Alright, so we could abandon Covenants if we wanted to. Upgrade, our Covenants. I have not done anything in all the Covenants, but I am planning on doing the Bellkeeper a little bit. I'll keep track of how I progress through that. I'm probably going to do that off camera, just like the fighting and whatnot, unless it's interesting. Let me know what you guys think about that. She's still got some cool rings and still some cool stuff, so same old, same old. She's cool.
This place is already dead. everything will crumble and waste away so that something new may be born. Isn't it wonderful?
That kind of mirrors what Strait is saying with the whole fire talk.
This place is fascinating. We receive only the most peculiar visitors. Folk like yourself. It's enough to keep even a cat amused.
She is a weird attraction to undead, but specifically to undead that are, like, possible candidates for breaking this curse, I think.
Are you going to see the old ones?
I just killed one.
Those four who have grown so incredibly ancient. They must have sprouted quite a thick coat of moss by now. For heaven's sake. No one even knows their names anymore. Imagine that. Yes, nothing like yourself. For you have a most pleasant scent. It grows nicer with each passing day.
Now, that right there, just that comment. I have just so many ideas about who this cat is, and it's crazy because it's like she knows the old ones. I think she knows what they're called, and like all this stuff. Like she's probably some sort of like deity that just is here for amusement, which I think is amazing. But that's just a theory. So.
Have you made friends with the man by the sea? He's lost everything. Absolutely everything. The only thing he's good for now is a few tidbits on covenants. Covenants are a type of, well, contract. You give something to gain something. That's the way humans like it, right? It might be just the thing you need. But what does a cat know? Did you see that oddly formed rock behind here? Long ago, they called it Victor's Stone, as I recall. If you wish to face greater challenges, speak to the rock. Although, you'd just as well not.
So that's referring to a covenant at the beginning of the game. I don't know if did I talk about that one? No, I didn't. We'll talk about it in a minute. I'll just go up there and do it real fast and then come back and join the Bell Keepers afterwards and all that.
This place is already dead. Everything will crumble.
Yeah. Alright.
Nothing well, that's...
So, as you progress through the game and you come back, she'll have more to say, and she's actually really fun to talk to. The stone she's referring to... What the heck? Oh, geez, I thought it was Bake Wolf for a second. Is this stone up here? Which also had a homeward bone. Would you want to join this? It's an arduous path. Prepare to join this covenant. Abandon your thing, or do you really want to do this? And if you do, you basically just set the game to be harder. The cool thing about it is you get awe stones, and if you offer the awe stones, you will, basically, that's how you get through the covenant. So if you kill certain enemies, they'll drop awe stones. The more awe stones you give, then you start getting some rewards for them. Now, I believe it's here, Champion's Tablet. When you're online, you can view this and see who's offered the most awe stones. One thing about this, though, the reason it asks you so many times, like, it doesn't just make the game harder in the sense that enemies are stronger, but it also prevents you from online play. I'm not sure if it prevents invasions, but I know it prevents you from summoning help.
Oh,
so
you do.
That's something you might want to consider. Alright, then you can just abandon the covenant anytime.
Oh my.
You're good.
Hey.
It's all fine. I hate those. We'll get to why I hate those in an episode or two. Back in here, this is back in the museum where Kale's mansion is. Kale's mansion. And here we got 2 fires. Now, I just noticed something that I didn't do, so I'm going to apologize. Kale actually should be here. I didn't go through his whole dialogue, I believe. I think I missed some. Anyway, remember when we killed the last giant, this thing lit up over here. Now I've killed the guy at the belfry, or not the Belfry, the sorry, the Sinner's Rise, Lost Sinner. Boom, right here. So as you kill bosses, these primordial fires are lit. This one wasn't a primordial fire necessarily, but it was like the first boss. So it's kind of giving you an idea of where this is. Remember, this is a map of the entire Drain Lake area. So Majula is like, what, like here where I'm standing, right? On this coast. Like hides Tower of Flames like here. And you take the boat to here and get into the Bastille. On this side is where you can like look out and see the Cardinal Tower and the Giants area and all that. If we run, remember we went this way to get to the Huntsman's Copse, and I think like in this area is where the Iron Keep is. Then there's another one over here, and Drain Lake Castle is like somewhere in here as well. So, well, as we'll go through, we'll keep track of that, and we'll see more and more appear. So that's nice. All right, I'm trying to think if I want to just end it there. Hey man, what's up?
The name's Gilligan. All right, I have.
So this is Gilligan, remember? You got the whips, claws, all that fun stuff. Black leather gear. This ladder miniature, which we will actually, I think we'll buy this. We'll buy off of them. I'm gonna hang on to this. It's a tool for later. We'll need it. Ooze, serum, lacerating knives, and he offers to set up a ladder down this hole.
Cheers for that.
Yeah, it's not worth it. We can do it ourselves. There's ways to walk down there without dying. It's fine. And I'll show you how to do that. So we won't be using his services. Alright. Am I ready for the Iron Keep? Not so much. The last thing I want to do today is head in the other direction towards the next, basically my next target. One of them is down there in that hole. The other one's this way. Now this is actually back where we came from the Things Betwixt. And if you go that way, that's how you get back to the beginning of the game. This way, however, with all the overgrown trees, is how you get to the next other area, I guess you can call it. Not the next area. There's no next in this game. It's just the other area. And previously we couldn't get through here. But now that I have some fragrant branches of yore, we can check this out. Now, right there, that, we talked to Magarold, the merchant, the guy with the big blue sword. This is this guy. Now, Magarold thought this sword is a fake. So we'll hear what Bernhardt has to say. Or, yeah, Benhart, sorry.
Have you business with me? The way yonder is all blocked up, you see, by this god-awful statue. Heavens above. Who thought it a good idea to put it there? Oof, I'm in quite the pickle now.
Well, he's in a pickle because there's a statue right there blocking the lever which pulls that door down. Understandable. Let's see if we can do something about that for you, man.
See that statue? Gives me the willies. You stare at it for long enough, it starts to look alive. It just doesn't seem quite right. There are no craftsmen around these parts. Hey, you don't think a real live person was turned to stone, do you?
Actually, that's exactly what I think. Because we remember we cured straight at the same thing.
See that statue?
Alright. Now before we actually go in there, let's take care of these dudes. They like to hang out in here. How many hits do you take? 3 hits. Without a buff. Alright. 3 hits without a buff is equal to... two hits with a buff. Okay. So obviously we want to use our buff to kill these guys. It's probably a good idea in general. Let us revive this person first. Fragrant Branch of Yore, activate! I love how she just goes flying off of that. Well, hello. Take your time. You okay?
Thank you. Thank you. I've been petrified. Hard to speak. Give me a moment, please.
Okay, you see how she's like reacting violently, right? The program Pachyor says that it will cause like nausea and coughing and stuff. But did you see how Strayed took it like a champ? And he's been petrified for a long time. Anyway.
I'm fine. I think... No. I'm fine. Really, I am. My name is Rosabeth. Thank you so much for rescuing me. Oh. You're that traveler. I still haven't thanked you. Well, I'm quite a hand at pyromancy, so perhaps you could consider this my thanks.
And she gives you a prism stone, which has nothing to do with pyromancy.
I was attacked and turned to stone, I think. I owe you my life. If you had not come... Oh, I feel shameful wearing these rags. I hate to burden you further, as you've already saved my life, but just look at me. My clothes are in tatters. Do you have any clothing that you could spare? I'll take anything, whatever you don't need. I'm not particular when it comes to apparel. Anything at all will do. Just put it on.
Alright, don't put it on the ground. You have an option to give equipment. She also is the merchant that allows you to reinforce the pyromancy flame. She also happens to sell fire seeds, which strengthen the pyromancy flame. Pyromancy, as I said before, is really good because it doesn't require any stats to use. So, strength builds and builds that are built to not have magic, intelligence, or faith up should think about using pyromancy as a substitute for those things. They don't have to, but she sells some good stuff. Poison mists, which I actually have in the form of the dark fog. Yeah. And the quartz rings, which give some defense. You can also give her equipment, and if you notice, I have duplicate wanderer gear. So, I think it looks good, and since I have 2 of everything for that, I'm just going to give her the extra wanderer gear. Why not? I mean, I have 2 sets, so it's fine.
I have my very own teacher. His name is Carillion of the Fold.
I've met Carillion of the Fold.
Our hometown. I was fascinated by sorcery. When he set out for Drang Lake, I couldn't let him go alone, but we were separated quite early on.
Yep. So she's basically the student that he had, but he wants to make us his pupil because we had such high intellect. But we're also, hexing and not magic. So, interesting. So, that kind of gives you an idea. So, I said so like 4 times. Jeez, okay. In this case, we can see that Rosabeth has been around only for a short while because Carillion is her teacher, and he's been around Drenlake for a little while. So she hasn't been petrified that long. On the other hand, Strayed has been petrified since the kingdom wasn't even called Dranlake. So, there you go.
Thank you so much. After I change into this, I'm heading for Majula. I'm not sure where I might find the Lord, but perhaps Majula is my best chance.
And in fact, that is where he is. Okay. It's time to get ready. There is an ambush coming. I'm going to equip the Alluring Skull to show you how it can be used. Buff. See those doors? Here we go. There they go. Pop. Oh, didn't want to do that. Took too long. Took too long. There we go. And behind us, we'll have a basilisk. They will attempt to petrify you if you get in front of them. So don't get in front of them. This smoke causes petrification, although it's too late to run through it to show you. There's just another status bar. If it fills up, you just flat out die. Like, there's no saving you if you're petrified. You turn to stone. Bad things happen. I'm not going to rest just because it'll reset me. And there's an ambush on this side as well, which is interesting. It doesn't go off until you pull the lever, so you're fine. Alright, I'm going to run to the next... this is the Shaded Woods, by the way. I'm going to run to the next area, and then I think we'll call it for this episode, because I think we've done quite a bit. Get some Dark Orbs out. Yeah, actually, Dark Orbs with this staff is doing about the same damage as my buffed up sword, so... It's just a bit slower as far as speed on casting. But that's not such a big deal, honestly. Especially since I'm ranged. Alright, so there's another right there. They threw, so the ones without the weapons, they threw rocks. Really? He's just scared, it's fine. Where's Lockstone? Where'd you go? Oh, he's behind me. Isn't he? Oh, there he is. Saw your particles. Oh no! I got hit by the rock. I got hit by the rock again. Ow. The rock is no joke. Yeah, if you aren't paying attention, these guys can kill you. In fact, one guy I was watching, he was actually part of the, oh man, no. The guy with the rock staggered me a bit there. But basically, if you aren't paying attention, wanted to use this, then any monster in this game can actually give you a bad day and really wreck you. He wrote the guide, like he wrote part of the guide, not the whole guide obviously, and not some parts he didn't even participate in. But the fact that he was part of the guide, and that last stretch there, that little thing where I just got hit and I was complaining about it, that killed him. So just keep an eye out. Alright, welcome to the Shaded Woods. This is where we'll continue our story. I will see you guys in the next video. In between videos, I'm going to probably try to go through the Belfry Covenant a little bit. Maybe some PvP off camera, and also I'm going to look into getting our hexing to be better, you know, with weapons and coolness. This is a very cool statue, by the way. I like it. And with that, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.